Stupid OBS lagged.
Hello? Ladies and gentlemen, I have returned and I'm sorry that I'm late, but I couldn't do anything, bros. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, we had a situation in the family come up. And so I literally had to leave right as I was about to start streaming. That took almost 2 hours. Apologize, my brothers. I'm sorry. We had a family situation come up and I had to rush there to help. So yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to go back to normal today, but I guess tomorrow. It's gonna be back to normal tomorrow, okay, guys? Unless something new comes up. Like you can't time these things, right? Sometimes they happen, sometimes everything's going good, right? Anyways, guys, hope you have a good day so far.
Countdown to next
I am back, my brothers, and we're going to program on the game today. I also want to watch the playtesting video that you guys sent me yesterday.
Thank you, Ify66 for 5,000 bits.
Just kidding.
Because that one was really good.
Don't market it. The money will come to you.
Let me see here. History? Where's my history? Where's that? Yeah, the Steamworks development. This one right here. I want to watch this video today, probably. Testing your game on Steam 6 days ago. They've been farming quite a lot. And, actually not really. Sometimes they post. I think these are very important. I think it's a bit long to just say do a playtest and then do a demo page. But hey, I'll try to watch this today. Hopefully we get to
everybody,
it.
this is
Shh, later, bro. Later. But first we're gonna work on the game. And so yeah, I had to, sorry for those that have been waiting. We had a family situation coming up. And yeah, I just had to help out. Sorry about that. And yeah, the birthday was fine. Thanks for asking. It was awesome. She loved it. She had a lot of fun. The family was over. My mom was over too. And we ate some cake, ate some stuff and celebrated. But the real celebration is on Sunday this weekend, where she gets baptized, and also we're gonna celebrate her birthday there. I'm not drunk. No, I'm like, no. Like, why should I drink? I don't. Usually, I do not drink. What I do sometimes is I grab myself a beer in the evening and I drink one beer while I'm, let's say, coding on the game, or maybe I'm working on a YouTube video or something.
Sport speaking, esport.
Do you like pie with cream? I don't like dry pie, but a pie with cream is fine.
Doesn't exist. Don't be afraid of death and you will be stronger.
Drinking and coding. Hello there, Antonio on YouTube. And Jonathan Smith, you too, man. Wie geht's? Good. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing good too, man. Oh my god, shut up! The last time I remember you mentioning drinking was when you mentioned your stag do before the wedding. Yeah, exactly. That's, I think, the last time I was drunk. Actually, I wasn't even drunk there because I was so sick that I could barely drink anything. I could barely stand even. So yeah, even though we tried to make the best of it, I wasn't doing well at all. It was like one of my worst days that year. Unfortunately. So I got unlucky. I did not get to enjoy a strip club. Remember when you promised to smoking weed stream? Yeah, I will do that, but not now. My game became more important. So again, 1 hour collector of stuff. Trying to frame me in a negative light again. See you in an hour, my friend. Stop complaining. I also used to drink one beer from now and then. Yeah. You have to be very careful with this one beer stuff. I noticed this. It goes so quickly. You drink one beer today and you're like, oh, let me drink another beer tomorrow. And you do that. And then you're like on the 3rd day or maybe the 4th day, then you're doing this in a row. And it's just one beer in the evening, right? all of a sudden you're like, I crave a beer a little bit, not much. Like really, if you're really like you're in the store, you're searching your feelings, Padawan, right? You can feel it, how it's already affecting you in a way where it's like something is telling you, oh, why don't you buy another beer? It goes so quickly. And when I see that, I replace the beer either with alcohol-free beer, but it's still a beer, so that's not good. Or I just completely stop. Or I make myself lemonade, like with, what's it called? I slice up lemons and then we'll make a lemonade. Or Coca-Cola. So, which is not better, okay? You get fat when you drink that. But hey, it is how it is. Vodka? No, absolutely not. I do drink a beer from time to time, yes. I think it's like watching a movie. It's called, in my opinion, it is entertainment as long as you do it in moderation. As long as it is not affecting your life, and because that can go so quickly. And I do not envy anyone. So you gotta be so careful with these things. I don't know why we humans are so fragile when it comes to addiction. Sorry, I'm just polishing my nails because I have like a sharp corner here. And if I don't get rid of the sharp corner in here, right, with this thing, then I will continuously nag on it and destroy the nail. And so I've been fortunate enough that I always do this. And so I never like do this, right? Like some people are addicted to that and have issues quitting. What helped me never get into it was just polishing my nails sometimes. Or when I have like a sharp corner, I polish it off. Works very well. Yeah, our brain is hardwired for addiction. Yeah, I just don't know why. It's crazy, yeah. This is why we call it spirits. After a little, it calls to you. Really? You're recovering, Cakez? Recovering? Yeah, a little bit. Like, I slept quite a lot tonight, and I laid down before the stream too, just to relax and calm down a little bit, because I had to drive really fast and like was very stressful. But yeah. Goddamn Cakez, holy shit, collector banned already? Yeah, but collector is gonna keep getting banned, because I do not want to go into discussions anymore. I'm tired. Listen, man, when you've been streaming for, I think it's almost 4 years at this point, and you had to deal with this on a daily basis, at some point you just get tired, bro. All Gucci? What happened? All Gucci? Yeah, I'm good. I can't really tell because it doesn't involve me only, right? So it's not like I'm fine, Zoe's fine, my wife's fine, okay?
Am I so
It does not involve us, so I don't know if I'm allowed to tell, so I'm just... a family situation came up, that's all. Hey, Salexi. Salex, thank you very much for subscribing, man. Can you imagine making the next hit game with pirate software? Huh? What do you mean? What? Why? Why would I work on a new game when I'm working on my game right now?
Mixed review.
I don't understand. Is that a rage bait or something? Drama bait?
Check.
Listen, man, I don't care, bro.
Check.
Don't give a fuck.
Check.
I'm working on this game. But we might have like a cool little project coming up soon, TM. Maybe. Depends on how it turns out. Maybe. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Maybe. All good, Cakez. Happy that all is good. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Tin Can. What do you mean, Capes? Pleasurable things are preferred by the brain because dopamine. Yeah, I know. It's just that we get addicted so fast. And usually these things, I mean, they are designed that way. But beer, for example, or alcohol has been around since forever, right? It's not a new thing. It's not like this new drug, like meth. What is it called that like United States really hates? This I don't even know what it's called. It's like a drug that is really addicting. It's like some chemical drug. I don't know what it's called. Fentanyl. Yeah, that's what it is. Mexican. That is no, not retarded. Racist. Ninks. Racism. Fentanyl, yeah. So it's not like one of these drugs, but for example, take beer, right? It's always been a problem. It's been a problem so long that even in ancient times they had to make rules about beer because guards would keep drinking and then they doze off when standing guard somewhere, allowing thieves to pick up everything, right? That would have been a great time to be a thief. No, not really, because when you get caught, you lose your hand or something like that, right? I've heard that stories. So that's not great. You don't want to lose your hand, right? Today's much better. You just go to jail. I mean, comparatively, right? To losing your hand. You go to jail for a couple of years. Fentanyl. Yeah, hey David on YouTube. Good morning, man. Alcohol is a huge problem because it's socially accepted. Yeah, I know. It's like the same thing that I think the same thing about sugar. But it's not really, I mean, it does not inhibit you that much, but it does. And it's like a slow killer, right? Not a fast. Help, Zoe's birthday went well. Hello, Dijon1. Cakes, are you gonna react to coding Jesus versus pirate software? See, like, guys, I thought that I was the coding Jesus, but there's an actual coding Jesus online. This guy stole my name! I am the Jesus Christ of C++, and he just literally took my name, man. But hey, he does look like a Jesus. He has long hair. He looks really beautiful, and he has dark hair. And his eyes, man, holy, crazy. Yeah. You are a single file clown? Okay, this guy called me a clown. He is going to get banned for 5 minutes. Goodbye, man. Oh, Free Space wants to get banned too. What am I? Coding what? Coding what? Free Space? Oh, you can't take it back. Let me shoot you again, sir. 5 minutes. Ow, bitch! There we go. I can give you a quick opinion on it, but I just don't really care either. Because I saw the name, I found the name quite funny, because I literally said one time as a joke, right, that I'm the Jesus Christ of C++. And I found it really funny that there's actually someone calling themselves the Jesus Christ, or not the Jesus Christ, the coding Jesus. So, actually really funny. But nonetheless, I don't really care, because as long as you can navigate your code base and it works for you, who gives a fuck how your code is structured? That's my opinion, and I'm not. It's actually made me think about something else rather than this.
Blurred just subscribed.
I thought about this in the car, which is, you know how Casey and Jonathan Blow are like the extreme of Handmade Hero, making everything by yourself. No libraries, GigaChat, Asm and Joya, making Roller Coaster Tycoon from nothing. Like, this is the camp that I would put the Handmade Hero and Jonathan Blow in. And I call it, like, I've been thinking about this, right? I call it an extreme. It's the extreme of making everything yourself. Every single other thing kinda sucks. OpenGL sucks, Vulkan sucks, it's too complicated, drivers are better, blah blah blah, right? So like the Asm guy had macros, no? I don't know, man, I didn't look at the code. And so then I thought about this in comparison to scripting languages in engines. And essentially, this is the other extreme, in my opinion. The other extreme of, I'm gonna use only libraries, I'm gonna use stuff that is provided by someone else, and I'm just going to use their interfaces, learning their interfaces, and working on a very high level. Instead of going down into the bits, you're operating in bigger moving parts. And I think that the longer I'm working on my own code, and I do make my own mistakes, you know, I have one code file, people call that out all the time. I think it works for me, it's fine. But I think everyone has their own kind of workflow where they pick bits and pieces from both camps and end up somewhere in the middle. And so when you guys talking about, oh, Pirate Software's code, or Cake's code, or oh, this guy's code is the best. Like, I think for every person there is some place somewhere in the middle where they pick from both parts and they decide. And usually, yeah, and so that's I think is what you should be doing. Now, is the code the best? I have no clue. I don't really care. But, yeah, hey. Again, I'm not gonna get into any drama. I told you before. We'll do that later, okay? When the game is out, when we have more time, when it's actually like a little bit more relaxed. You know, and so... yeah, and Lazy Dev, I told you before, maybe you didn't hear it, so I'm gonna say it one more time, because most of you guys are really nice, actually. Other than a few people. Do not bring drama here. I do not want my chat reflecting drama. I want, and the stream, I want the stream to be about game development. And you guys can talk about drama on Discord. I don't care. Right, there's.
Dirty dog fucker, no soap, no
I didn't bring up drama. You're wrong. Actually, you're so lucky that I shut up with the welcome messages. Rico is banned for an hour too. Stream elsewhere, Cakes. This is our chat. So, anyways, so please do not bring up drama or try to be negative towards other streamers. Even Mr. Beast, right? Please just don't do that. Respect the rules here, okay? And Zakaza does not understand that either, so you're going for another hour as well. Okay. So, guys, you should understand the rules, okay? I tell you how it works, and please just follow it, okay? I want to talk about games, and that's important to me, right? For me, it is important that we are talking about games at the moment. I get that it's a hot topic right now. I totally understand that you guys are excited to share your opinion. Totally get it. You can do that on Discord. You can talk about it all you want. You know, we have channels for that there. If you really want to talk about it, just don't do it on stream, because I want to do game development stuff, okay? Yeah, I don't have rules, and so I don't immediately ban people. I just tell them how it is, because I like freedom, and that's just the way it is. And yeah, I could farm the drama, sure. Listen, I know. There's so much drama you can farm, and there's so many subscribers and money to be. I get it. It is very lucrative. I see it all the time, and we'll do it in the future as well. Just know that right now my mind is on the game. It is really important to me that we focus, and I focus on that and learning game development, because I think what is really important, and I think that is not done enough, and I guess Bite Me Games does that a little bit on their YouTube too, which I've called them out in reactions before, that I'm missing a little bit more concrete examples. I think that the internet needs more concrete examples that are bite-sized, not like 1 hour long videos where you talk 90% of the time around the actual topic and you don't really go into specifics. And so I want to try to be that guy. And in order to be able to become that guy, we need to make a good game and learn a lot. And so that's what is more important to me, because that will also lead to a Gothic game in the future. That's more important to me than short-lived drama, which I guess drama always lives, right? And that's fine. Like, there's many forms of content online, and I don't really care. Even AI, I don't care about the AI stuff on YouTube. Who cares, man? Listen, at the end of the day, it is entertainment. People choose what they watch because they want to watch it. Like, you cannot change how people are. Listen, okay? So if there's drama, if people hate the person and they just want to watch it, they're gonna do it. That's just what it is, okay? And so, yeah. I choose my man. Fuck AI vibe coders. Yeah, see, like, that's your opinion, but if it's popular, there's gonna be more people doing it, Mayan codes. Because if something is popular, that means it's also very lucrative. Cakez wants to be the in-depth guy. I want to be the person people go to for actionable advice. Yes. I want to build a library of actionable advice. So, for example, general advice would be you can you should make small games. That is general advice. Actionable advice would be to provide steps on how to do that. and short. Like not a paragraph that is this long, but short, bite-sized. Actionable advice, it tells you there you begin, that's what you do, and boom, boom. Don't you need to, in order to, yeah, that's why I'm focusing on my game right now. See how that works together, Mr. Who Am I? I'm working on my game and I'm focusing so much on making the game really fun and learning how to make good games and then hopefully selling them before I want to give that advice. But I'm still collecting the advice so that we can share that later. I'm handling advice out to people who ask questions, yes. That's what my stream is about, yes. Is that a problem? If you have not released a game but the advice is still true, should you not give the advice? Think about it like this. So there is advice that can be true even if you have not gone all the way yet. So should you hold off giving that advice, telling people to go elsewhere where they might get worse advice? How do you know the advice is true, is the real question. Because even when you have not released a game, so to say, and I just haven't sold it yet, there's still things you learn that are unanimously true. But you want an example? Let me give you an example. Playtesting your game before releasing your game is a must for every developer. That is a universal truth that you will never get away from. You cannot tell me unless you are, and we're talking about a new developer here, we're not talking about someone that has been making games for 10 years. They know, they have a feeling. We talked about this yesterday with Mr. Ramos. But when you're a new developer, you will not be able to get around testing, getting actual feedback from others. If you don't do that, you are 99% going to fail because you're not going to see what the problem is with your game because you don't get feedback. And feedback is the #1 thing that you need. So that is in my opinion, a universal truth that you should give out even if you have not sold a game yet. Because you should do that. If you don't tell people to do this and someone else tells them to make a small game, they make a small game, maybe they pay the fee to what is it called? Sorry, to Steam. You're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Can you watch the second trailer of this game, please, Cakez? Okay, Grandpa's High on Retro later. You should make a numbered list of advice on a document. Would be fun to see it grow. I'm collecting bits and pieces, but there will be a time where we bring it all together on stream. But that will be later. Cake, speaking of Jonathan Blow, do you know by any chance when he will release Sokoban? Watched a few of his streams and that game looks nice. I don't know, no. I don't really have. I mean, he's emailing me the J beta all the time. I could maybe even, but it's probably just a distribution email. You probably can't even ask questions there. So I don't really have a contact with him. I don't have the connection to him, I think. So no, you probably should ask on the Handmade Discord. Handmade Hero Discord. I've released 10+ games, really? But I feel like giving advice is such a hard thing. Every development pipeline is different. So my precious experiences may not be applicable to their pipeline. But okay, can you showcase some of these games? That sounds a lot. So a lot of games. Ricochet. Now, but wouldn't you agree that on all of those game releases, playtesting was one of the most important things? And playtesting can be done in many different ways. And by actionable steps, I mean not a to-do list to follow, but a list of things you can do. Ideas. So for example, when someone says, playtest your game, what does come to your mind? Maybe might not be the most optional solution, or you might not even think about the other ways of playtesting your game that you could do and get feedback from. The Descendant. The Descendant, isn't that a big game, bro? Isn't that a really big game, bro? Look how happy this guy is, man. Smiling into the camera. The Descendant. On Steam. Ooh, Gaming Corps AB. Mostly positive. Okay. Oh, wow. This had 128,000 players. How did it have so many players yet so little review? Bro, is that a hack? What did you do? Holy. Why did it fall off so much? The first descendant is the big one, but we're talking about the descendant now. I guess it was the first descendant that popped off this game too. But then people realized, oh, this game is not like the first descendant. I was once that happy. Yeah. You learn very quickly not to be happy. This is what Jonathan Blow thinks about you, Cakez. What is this again?
Who's Cake77?
Oh no.
What kind of a name is Cake77?
Okay. Okay. It wasn't that when he raided me? I think I remember that. Yeah, true. Let me see. What was the other game that you were talking about, bro? 10 AI copy pasta games? Yeah, maybe. Distant Bloom. Distant Bloom? I'm pretty sure for all of... Man, you worked on quite successful games, bro. Gotta say. They seem to all be Unity, so you are... Yeah, no, actually, you have experience with Unity and Unreal Engine. The other game was Unity. Cool, man. Congratulations. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I think that is bots playing the Steam cards. Playing for the Steam... I see. Yeah. Cakez, after having watched your channel for a year now, I can see a clear emerging pattern. Every good successful game you look at has one thing in common with the other successful games. They are made in Unity. You are so wrong, it's insane. Okay? Let me try to prove you wrong. Also, Unreal Engine, bro. So, no, you're wrong. Let's just get talking about. We had Godot as well, man. And we even had Balatro that we looked at that wasn't even written in Unity at all, bro. It was just some scripting language. What's this cat talking about? Like, I get that you like Unity, bro. Listen, I understand that you love Unity, but it goes a bit far, man. Actionable advice makes no sense. Hey, KT, why did you remove that message? I was just gonna read that. For someone who said that he wants to focus on your game, there's little progress being made. I realized that little pattern too. Every game that is successful is finished, unlike Tangy TD. Ah, okay. Now, I can see what you mean. You mean that I do not make much progress right now. True. I don't. I talk to stream. I talk to chat. But I don't think you are... I don't think you are correct in that. I think I made leaps of progress this year. I can pull up a stream from January compared to now. Shall we do that? If we compare how my game looked a year, 7 months ago to now, I think it's night and day. Let me go to January. I guess it's better to do that on the YouTube studio here. Because we can see the date properly. It just says a month ago. That sucks. Let's see, live. I can show that. That's fine. So, that's currently live. And we can go down to January this year. I know my opinion means fuck all, but with the October to May gap, the game has changed dramatically. And I think it's hard to see when you hear every day, yeah, I know. It is really hard to see, but when we go, oh god, that's a lot, man. February. So the game started out in January. Let's go to the January 1st, right? January 2nd. This is when I started to do more YouTube thumbnails, actually. So about 7 months ago. Your main problem is that you don't have a clear roadmap. Sometimes you spend hours on very trivial things that don't matter on a bigger picture. No, my problem right now, to be completely honest, is that I'm burned out, bro. I have so many things going on in my life, and the job is putting a lot of pressure on me, which is making it really hard to focus, okay? So I have a clear roadmap of what to do. It's just that when I sit down, to do it, I get 10% done of what I could be getting done in the time frame. That's what is currently happening, and that will go away, I'm pretty sure, in a couple of weeks when I spend more time relaxing and getting back in, let's call it back in shape. So this is what my game looked in January. Isn't it? This is the January game. We can make a screenshot. This is what it looked in January, man.
Am I so
And
out
I'll
of
compare
touch?
that to this.
No.
Tanarax just subscribed.
That is 7 months. And you need to understand too that not only did the visuals change a lot,
Am I so out of touch?
I also changed the
No.
gameplay
Nix
a
or
lot.
Vandil just subscribed.
Massive improvements in gameplay. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Nix, for subscribing. 17 months. I really appreciate it. And Tanerax, thank you very much for subscribing too. Cooking stream, man. I did 2 already, bro. And so, like, if you take that into perspective, this year, I actually released 3 demos, public demos on Steam, and made 4 big reworks of the game. And the reason for that was because these were necessary to come back to the game loop that I actually intended for the game. And so now I'm getting close to having my last demo, which is setting everything in stone. But I have fallen into a burnout situation because I have gotten very far to a point where I was even able to just provide more content, and I could have finished the game that way, but I had to go back and cripple that progress down to an earlier state in development, and therefore go back from having 3 maps to 1 map to change the fundamental gameplay system of the game to make it more accessible and more fun at the same time, and more intuitive. And so I had to do that to provide a better game. And so that led to a burnout because I literally had negative progress. A negative progress and then slow progress going forward just leads to burnout. That's just what it is, man. Because you don't see yourself moving fast. Schnitzel and Schnitzel, I think Schnitzel lib or something is what the library is called that I'm using, which is something, just a collection of functions that we have gathered over time, right? Like, for example, arrays is one of them, and then unique IDs, stuff like that. Let me see. What was that message? What are your 5 biggest priorities for the game at the current time, Cakez? Gameplay that makes sense and communicates well enough to the player what's happening, and I learned that recently. Proper hovering tooltips. Testing out different ways of implementing these features. And so let me read that again, because I think I'm going off question. 5 biggest priorities. So number 1 is to have the gameplay loop be 5 priority. How do you say that? I think my number 1 priority is just making the game fun. Do you think you would have completed your game already if you didn't stream? Would it be worth it? Maybe I would. But I don't know if I would have the same outcome. Don't know. Why can't you have a locked? You mean the lock here? Too small. You're just gonna press shift and then you can lock it or not. Like this. That's fine enough. And it's gonna be, if this is a controller, this is gonna be RB or LB and then you click. You mean hover the item? You can though. But you can't buy these, so they don't appear bigger. I deliberately decided to not make them bigger because you can't buy them. I call that the game. The game is See, that's something I learned recently. The game is communicating through gameplay rather than through text to the player if an item is usable or not. So red color, darker color, and no animation should communicate to the player without me having to explain him that he can't buy this right now. You should look on the bright side. Your choice to stay in the balloons like level through most of the development. You only had to undo 2 levels, not 20. Exactly. And that's the one of the biggest upsides that I stuck to, and I'm happy I did. If I made 10 levels, I would have had to toss away all of these levels and the time I invested into those because I changed resolution 2 times. I increased the resolution from 480 to 640, and then I increased the resolution again from 640 to 960. And that's the resolution that you're seeing here. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to build bigger battles. No, we're not going to do 1920. This is going to be the resolution we stick with. It could be worse. I've been trying to import an image into the Unreal editor for 20 minutes. You can't be serious, bro. You just drag it in. What you talking about, man? What? Get psychology training already, man? Why? Like, a burnout is a natural thing that happens during development. When the Stardew Valley creator experienced burnout during the development of his game, he made a mobile game in a week. And then went back to the game. So that's just normal, man. Everyone goes through this. And I'm just openly talking about it because I don't have anything to hide. It's fine for me. I don't care. This zoomed out resolution looks nice. I saw the previous one. Yeah, the previous one, was okay, but I couldn't create the battles I wanted to, and the appeal for the game was also showing in the wish lists. It wasn't doing very well. And so yeah, that one did not work out very well. And then like also the spline paths, right? Being able to just move paths. That one was the biggest one here, this one. Being able to do this and have always the same thickness on paths, very, very helpful. Hello, chat. Chat and Mr. Streamer. Hello there, my man. Good morning. Have you come up with other game ideas while making this one that you write down for later? I've written down one game idea for a game that I wanted to do for Stop Killing Games. I don't know if I'll get to it because it's a 2D game. Hello, Mr. Ramus. Good morning. And I've written some ideas down for the Gothic RPG game, the Gothic clone game. But for the most part, I have had some urges to make other games, but usually I just let those pass. Because I want to finish this one. I don't want to do too many side projects. A game for Stop Killing Games. A game to prove null exception that he's lazy, yes. That he's a lazy developer, okay? That just uses AI slop and tries to fight the initiative. Because he doesn't want to change anything. Yes. I was coding and heard my name, nothing. Move on, okay? Move along, citizen. There's nothing of interest here. Cakes, if you shit on pirates on YouTube right now, you get... Bro, go away. Like I said earlier, I guess it's your first message. I don't care about the drama, bro. I want to focus on my game. Will you implement this in your game, Cakes? No, what is this again? Next icon.
And the last but not least... Probably my...
God, this guy is so smart, man. This guy is so freaking smart. See? This is a sign of basically a perfect YouTube video. There's 29 downvotes. These are all basement dwelling idiots. That you will always have people downvoting. But this is literally a perfect... That's more like 100%. Like to dislike ratio. That's like a Penguin Zero type like to dislike ratio. And the reason why is because this guy does not only talk about the awesome things he does
My proudest achievement.
in the game,
Discuss.
he also provides actionable information on how you can do this yourself. He shares it in a way where you are empowered to try this out yourself, because he gives you enough information to where you can do it yourself.
Global illumination. Well, global illumination is the process of
I love this guy.
bouncing between surfaces. Here's what it looks like if this scene has global illumination on. Here's the same scene without global illumination off. You can see that light gets propagated from really bright areas
Love this
into
guy.
darker areas. And the way that this process works is each point of the scene casts light onto every other point of the scene, and every point of the scene receives light from every other point of the scene. And
Cork Dev said they used to talk to make their lighting. Yeah, smart.
also each point of the scene.
There's a screenshot button here, Shade11. You asked a question earlier. It's some sort of extension, YouTube screenshot feature. You can click the screenshot button and then it makes a screenshot of the video at that time. Very helpful for YouTube thumbnails. I need it, yeah.
Can block light between arbitrary other points. This many-to-many interaction is just notoriously hard to calculate. Calculating global illumination is an extremely hard problem. I would dare to say it's the hardest problem in computer graphics. And actually calculating global illumination is relatively easy. There is an algorithm called path tracing. It's just the only problem is that it takes like minutes to render every frame. It's extremely slow. The hard part is calculating in real
Yeah, and so you bake it in.
time, like
That's
in
what
a
he's
game
saying.
scenario. And there is a lot of typical ways that they solve this in the industry, and unfortunately, none of them really fit us.
Let's watch this. This global
And
illumination.
we had to do better than that. And our previous solution that we talked about on the previous XLCon was, dare I say, the first of its kind in the industry. We implemented in PoE, and PoE was the first game that shipped with a screen space.
See, like this guy's so smart that he just programs a new feature that has never been done before. Okay, so this guy's brain is like a giga brain.
Global illumination based on variance. And
he's passionate about it because he loves it. You can see it, yes. I'm so happy that this guy exists.
it was very novel at the time. But it had just a few drawbacks that really kept gnawing me in my sleep. I really wanted to solve them. And these drawbacks come primarily from the fact that our screen space shadows had very important properties that our
Hey, didn't you implement this yourself, Mr. Real Superku? Don't you have the screenshot of it? I think Superku actually implemented this feature as well. Do you still have the screenshot of that, man? Because Superku tried to make an RPG game before, action RPG game before. Diablo-like.
global illumination didn't. And these properties is that parts of our screen space shadow algorithm that don't require much detail are calculated in a much lower resolution. So our shadows are implemented via these cascades. So you see the first cascade here has only low resolution part of each shadow. Second image has only higher resolution of the shadows. And the last part is a tiny bit that requires shadows to be calculated in the highest resolution. But it means that each of these can be calculated in vastly different resolutions, making it much cheaper to calculate this in a downscaled resolution, rather than if we were trying to calculate the entirety of the thing in the same highest resolution. So this is a very important property that our shadow mapping algorithm has that actually I still haven't seen any other game implement this in this way with cascaded shadow maps. And I really wanted to adapt this property to our lighting. So I wanted our GI, global illumination, to have
this is where it
property
gets
as well.
crazy.
So the typical way people implement global illumination is with radiance probes. Radiance probes are these, you can think of them as tiny cameras that you put all around your,
they look everywhere,
your level, your geometry, that take a cube map, basically a photo of what surrounds each point. And then you use that information and code it in these cube maps, in these light probes, to light any object. Basically, see if I'm standing here, I'm checking what's the nearest camera to me contain. It contains this cube map. I'm applying this lighting to myself. Here, This is an approximation of global.
So basically, we had a similar system where it basically the more probes you have, the better the global illumination, but also the higher the cost of computing it, because for each probe map, you look at other probe maps and then you repeat that. That's what makes it slow.
But the big question to ask here is how many of these cameras do I need? What resolution do I need to use for each of these probes? And you can see that every game development studio comes up with their own answer. Some game development studios use lots of tiny probes. Other game development studios use a lot of much fewer, much higher resolution probes. And it seems like there is no answer. But what if we...
So basically what he's saying here is if you use a probe and it has a very high resolution, you get a lot of detail, but you can't place many, because obviously every other probe looks at every other probe, right? And squared. And so you only place a few of them because of the high resolution. Or you have a lower resolution that makes it faster because you don't have that many pixels to operate on, and then you can place more. But yeah, and you need to place more to get quality, common sense.
Use them all. What if you create a hierarchy? When we have both high-resolution probes, but very few of them, and we use another grid with much more probes, where each probe is has much lower.
Just by better GPU, yeah, true.
This is what I call Radiance probe hierarchy. I was struck with this idea, and I just needed to implement this.
I think this is where Core Keeper comes in. This is what Core Keeper took. As far as I don't know how they did it in Unity, but this is what they must have taken. That's 2D, by the way. And so you can see the properties of the light casting shadows where the light source is. And that's exactly what you have in Core Keeper.
Implementing this 3D was...
For those of you who don't know what Core Keeper is, it's this game here. You can already see on the first screenshot, right? How this looks. Core Keeper is 3D, yeah? It's 3D projected onto 2D. It's not really, you can't really see that here. Yeah, here. It's a little bit better to see here. I wish they would show more, but I guess they don't. Yeah, they don't show it in the screenshots very much, but I guess you could see it here. The game looks amazing. Yeah, it does look amazing, yeah. How is that a 3D game? Well, because the sprites are 2D billboards. It's basically, I mean, I can draw you a side view if you want to. So it basically looks like this. Excuse me, sorry. Like, if you take the, if this is the picture, right? Actually, let me make that a bit smaller. This is the picture, and you have your character standing here in the world, and then there's like an obstacle in front of him. That's like a wall, right? It obviously is in front of him. When you look on it in the side, like completely side view, here's the wall, and here is not a 3D object, but just a billboard, like a... I'm gonna try to draw it in like a 3D space, but essentially just a billboard is a quad of two triangles that is facing the camera. And the camera sits like here and projects in this direction. So it's just facing in this direction. Like a billboard. If you Google billboard, you'll understand. Like, goodness. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good picture. So it looks something like this. It's just a picture that faces the camera, always rotates to the camera. Billboards, man. Like, how does it not show this? Really pisses me off. Like that there are no screenshots for this. Am I Googling this wrong? Huh? Let's just do OpenGL. Ah, here it is. There we go. That's a good image, I guess. Next link. Cakez code to show. Oh yeah, this one's relevant here. You see this? That's why Core Keeper is 3D. It does actual 3D lighting, but it shows up in 2D. The camera just projects it. Isn't it cool? And that's done in Unity, by the way. And so they said, right, they used... where's this video, by the way? I lost it. Okay. Where the hell? Wait, let's get that. Here. Okay. Hey, stop. There we go. So this is what they used. But she's not done with this global illumination process yet. And this is, by the way, a YouTube video as well.
It was very hard, so I just decided to do a 2D test. By the way, 2D global illumination is almost as hard as 3D global illumination, so I just decided to test in 2D. Those of you subscribed to my YouTube channel, you might have seen this experiment where this is 2D global illumination, basically works perfectly. Like this idea worked perfectly on the first implementation, which never happened. Here is a breakdown.
Yeah, you see that? That's exactly like Core Keeper. And if you want to make a game like Core Keeper, you could do it like this. And I guarantee you, let's say you make a 2D game, exploration game, and you just implement this graphics effect. And all you do is make a clip where you run around in, let's say, a dungeon, and there's this lighting happening. And it's like a 10-second clip where you just run around, you see the lighting in action, maybe you have a torch. Thousands of views, 100%. And on Reddit too. And people will praise, oh, that looks amazing, bro, cool. It's just what's gonna happen, because it looks good.
It works. You can see
like, this is an appealing game.
That there is these cascades, that each cascade contains a different number of rays, which corresponds to different resolution of the light probe. And if I change the cascades, they converge to
Why do they show him now? It's really annoying. Like, the cameraman should be fired!
For lighting. So,
idiot.
This is final image, and this is how it is constructed. Construction from these cascades. Well, let's see in closer detail how these cascades work. On the left, you see a grid of cascades, a grid of probes, where each probe casts just 4 rays. So you see, like, 4 rays from this probe, 4 rays from this probe, etc. Just a grid of probes. The right cascade contains fewer probes, but each probe casts more rays. But the question is, how many rays do we get if we combine these 2 cascades? It gets very messy. You cannot really read easily what's happening on the left image, just what happens when I combine the probes. But if you look at every individual probe, we can see that we can actually construct 8 rays per probe. These rays are not perfect. They are slightly bent. You see, well, rays are normally straight lines, right? But these rays are slightly bent. However, if we make these segments shorter, they will start approximating lines more and more perfectly. So we can actually, this thing converges to perfect rays. But there is 8 rays per probe.
Yeah, see, like, this is where the math stuff happens, and this is where my brain shuts off. Anyone understood this? Chat, do you understand this guy? Why does it converge to full rays? Converging means it's actually quite simple. Yeah, look at this guy pretending. This guy's literally just pretending. Just press the GI button in Unity. Okay. Yes. So essentially, guys, it converges to perfect rays. Now, I do know what convergence is, but I don't know what he means by that. Like, let's say you have a function, right? And it goes here. This function converges, when you go to infinity, it converges to 0. So, like, how does this converge to perfect rays? No idea, bro. Maybe what he's trying to say is that this is a ray that shoots into, like, a weird direction in here and in here. I don't know. Yeah, think of it as a down resolution for each cascade. Convergence is when you upscale back and sum the rays together. Yeah, but this is what's on the right, isn't it?
Probe, and there are 16 probes. So the first image contains 64 segments. The second one contains 32 segments. But when we combine them, we can create 128 rays
Hello,
total.
Cakez.
Well, this is curious. This means that if we increase the number of these cascades, so I have just shown 3, right? The number of rays that we cast with increasing number of cascades is 64, 128, 256, it's power of 2. But the total cost for calculating these cascades approaches a constant. We can calculate 100 cascades at almost the same cost as we calculate one cascade, because each next cascade is cheaper than the previous one. When I first realized this fact, my mind was blown, because
Yeah, and so this is what smart people do in their games. Totally do not understand anything. Kind of similar to motion vector simulation. Yeah. Smart. Anyways, Giga Chat, let's see the result.
This is a property that you see in no other rendering approach out there. At least I haven't seen anything like this. This means that the number of rays increases exponentially with the number of cascades that we use. And the total cost of infinite number of cascades is bound. It's less than a constant.
Just be smart, yeah.
Like, what?
You know what makes me happy? Chat doesn't understand this either. Yeah.
But this is literally what it is. This is what I learned when I implemented the first 2D version of GI. Rays get exponentially cheaper with more cascades. So the more rays you have, the cheaper they get. But this is literally what it is. Well, I was quite excited when that 2D demo worked. Obviously, the next question was, how do I adapt this to PoE? Because PoE is 3D, and my first implementation was 2D. Well, long story short, we did get there. We did implement this algorithm in 3D. Here is how it works. This is the first cascade. You see it captures information about only in tiny vicinity of each point. Basically, it looks like bad AO that you typically see in games. Next cascade captures longer field information, and it's lower frequency. Next contains even lower frequency, and so on. So we create this hierarchy of probes, where when each level of hierarchy captures only a specific range of radiance of light, basically. But then the magic happens when we combine them all. Because this way, we can get details of all scales, from fine details to very long.
So to me, this looks like exactly what they do with Bloom, but with global illumination in a way. And like in this case, you use probes rather than you stretch it vertically and horizontally. Have you guys seen that before? Kind of light blurring, yeah. Was thinking, like, for those of you who have seen Bloom, this is what it looks like. Learn OpenGL. Bloom. Maybe this one. There's physically based Bloom. I think it's physically based Bloom. Essentially, the way this works is it just scales it down. It generates a Bloom. Do we see this, or do I have to actually bring up a frame from my game? Is there no render doc frames? No. I mean, they show it here, I guess. No, they don't. Yeah, I would need to show like a game with Bloom. Oops. Not gamma correction. Bloom. Can we see this here? Not really. There's a good video by the journal about Bloom. Do you have a link to it? Like, does it show the render doc samples? Because that's the important part. I don't have Bloom in my game right now, so I can't just turn it on. I would have to run an old version of my game, which I don't know if I have, actually. Let's see. I do have some demos. Maybe Bloom works on one of these. 2025. Tangy TD here. This might have been the flickering part. Probably not. Let's see. Do we have bloom here? Does it do something? No, I don't think it works. No, there's no bloom. Sad. Okay, bloom doesn't do anything here. Shit. Okay, that one's too old. And these ones are too early. Cake City, Cake City. Damn it, I don't have an old version. Render dog flickering, maybe here? Do we have... Close. Do we have bloom in these? I think there was... Was there bloom in here? Texture 68 is what stores bloom. Nope. No bloom in this one. Yeah, unfortunately, no bloom in this one. Read chat, Cakes. Sorry, you want this video. It's not related to bloom at all.
My very first project is
Radiance Cascades. Yeah, I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole, but I guess it's a little too much right now. Like, we'll get there when we get there. So this one here is what he's saying. This is global illumination, and this is what... Is that the implementation of the lighting algorithm that the guy talks about? That he talks about here? Is that his implementation? Yeah, that's the implementation. So essentially, that's what... It explains how... when the rays overlap, they only have to be calculated once. Read the description. Yeah, it's from PoE too. Awesome. Radiance Cascades are an innovative global illumination from PathXL 2. Let's explore the implementation. Awesome. I'm gonna save that, actually. You guys want this too? Think I've watched that one from Simon Dev, yeah? That one's cool. It's pretty elementary stuff, this guy says on YouTube. Yeah, the Scuba in chat thinks he's a smart person, just pretending to be some giga brain developer, while at the same time he probably never have actually even written a renderer in OpenGL before, man. What is this guy talking about? Oh, it's pretty elementary stuff, man. I've seen that before. I've implemented it 1,000,000 times, bro. What you talking about? You don't even know how to do a normal ray casting thing? Bruh. Yeah. Cakes, this would be another great fresh feature for the graphics of your demo. Okay, terrain, pull up a hatch, circus song. You're banned. 10 minutes. Sir? Simon Dev was the one who taught me why LODs are actually so effective. Wasn't for the reason I thought. So I'm gonna copy this and put this into my library, by the way. Let me close all of these. I have a library of stuff that I store for my next game. On my drive, Google Drive. Let me see. I need to search. RPG. RPG clone, there we go! Now you guys won't see it, because I keep it hidden. But yeah. Global Illumination. There we go, thank you. Very much. Good stuff. Okay, I mean, you guys get the idea, right? It does look amazing. And yeah.
Distance. Details.
This guy is really smart and makes the game very efficient. But I do have to say as well that that Path of Exile does not run that great on my machine. So yeah, Path of Exile 1 and 2 is okay, but yeah, there's definitely some performance problems which they need to fix. I remember when you put the gunshot on the band and how excited you were to use it. I didn't know a year later it'd be firing every hour, and yeah, you are right. The gunshot makes it, yeah. True. It does. Anyways, guys, let's go back to the game. We could watch more, but we've watched this before. It was like I've reacted to this before. It's not a garbage game, man. What you talking about? Path of Exile is not a garbage game. You're garbage, man. Okay. Make a better game then. If it's such a garbage game for later. Game dev time, yeah. Lil repost, Cake, still not my code, but uncomment to the line 128. You will see how the Radiance Cascades actually look like, Cakes. Really? Shader Toy Beta. Radiance Cascades. Oh, we have seen this before.
Welcome to our presentation on
Global Illumination based. What is this? What did I click here?
Hi.
Oof. I'm not gonna watch all of it, but let me see here. Just go through this really quickly. Can you actually do something with this? Like, if you wanted to implement that, could you actually do that? Or is it just some nice visual stuff? Like, because I can't do that, Marv. Like, does he provide like how to do it in code, too? Global Ray budget. It looks really cool, I have to say. PoE is fun, but got very repetitive. Yeah, PoE has a target audience, the Giga Gamers. For them, the game is endless. Not in code form, more in theory. So how long does it take to go from theory, if you are investing your time into this, to code tech adventures? Like you said you had 20 years of experience with this, right? How long would it take you to implement this? Because I like this stuff. Really cool. Get an ad blasted. Oh, I see, yeah, true. Ads are running right now. I'm gonna re-ask the question then. Okay. Uncomment line 128. Oops.
Collector's alt account just joined.
Glad to be back to my favorite Vulkan and Godot stream. Please keep your functions shorter than 5 lines.
That's a cube map, yeah. That's the entire scene, I guess. Uh-huh. Car done. Okay, I had a question for you, actually.
Master, the calculations are in and the powers of your brain are overwhelming.
Am I so out of touch? No.
Codin Free just subscribed. Damn. 26.
Appreciate
Jeez.
it.
I guess I deserve a VIP badge on the first Cakez con. BTW, how did the SFX go?
Sound effects. Well, not that great. And the guy that wanted to make the sound effects, I guess he never got back to me, but maybe still working on it. I just wanted to ask, how long would it take you to go from this to actually implementing it in your game? Like you have said, you have experience. You have experience for about 20 years, right? So that's a long time. So you probably have a hunch on what to do on any of these steps, or you might have seen it before. But how long would it take you to go from this to code, to actually have, let's say, I don't know, this, or let's say, where is it? Here, that one look cool. This? No, actually, wait. That's a real life picture. Wait, there was some cool pictures in the beginning. Okay. I can't find it right now. Here, I guess. 2D. It's just resolutions doing a min-max operation for local pixels. I'm doing a Vulkan engine, but I don't have a lighting or textures yet. I'm replacing the USD loader for the core for the one in Assemp. I heard some people from the Discord, Radiance Cakez Discord, that it took them 6 months to implement it without glitches. Some people. 6 months? How long? Why? How? How is it 6 months? SM makes life easier? I don't even know what that is. And bro, why do you hate the game engines? Don't you think you can make the exact game but faster? I don't hate game engines. I just prefer writing my game here. Because the shit's complicated, bro? I mean, 6 months though? Took me more than 6 months to implement burnout. So you got to have to work on this for like 1 hour a day or something to add up to 6. I do not believe that it's 6 months, man. No. Free space, this is not implemented in Godot. Godot's 3D features are terrible compared to what other engines I give you nowadays. Okay? Yeah, 6 months seems way too quick. Shut up. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I don't even know how we got there, but we did. 1 hour gone. But it is how it is. What I want to work on today is the game, guys. Let's go and work on the game. I want to... kind of want the font to be smaller, but I don't have a control to change the font midway through. I'm not clicking that link, Shade11. Hey Cakez, do you have a YouTube channel where we can watch old videos? Yeah. Do exclamation mark YouTube or YT or check the description. I think implementing the math is easy until you have to work with it, real hardware in real time. The time it takes to implement is based on the target hardware. This video is interesting too. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What? I don't know, we'll see. More ray tracing? Yeah, I'll watch these videos later. 15 minutes is definitely too long to react to. Hi Cakez, how many files does the project have? I don't know, a couple. Not that many actually. Everyone shut the fuck up. Cakez needs to work on his game. Coding Jesus. Yeah, there's actually already is a Coding Jesus out there, true. Yeah, so I want to work on the game today. And implement, basically balance the rounds and look at the shop values for certain items. And maybe redraw some of the items. I'm not that happy about the locked unlocked situation here, guys. I feel like the text in the item description makes the item description too large. What do you guys think? I want to move on and work on gameplay, but that one's bothering me. It's been bothering me since yesterday.
Greetings, chat and Cakez. I hope everyone is having a great day. Oh, thank you, silly fish. I appreciate it, bro. I do, yeah.
Are most of your files 10k lines long? No, it's just a game, because the game's the biggest one. Cake, stop streaming? No, just stop watching, bro. Close the browser. Put away your headphones and just code. It's that easy. Small packs, thank you very much for following, man. Might stop by later, quick stop by, but have some stuff to fix. See you later, Mr. Konugri. What coding programming language are you using at work? JavaScript and PHP. So I'm not reading anything related to the question I asked about my game, so no one cares. Good. I'm not going to put the text in here, but I'm going to keep the code and see what people say. If they understand it or not. I do not have to copy Gnomes, because this is the text that Gnomes usually puts. Will not put the text in here for now. Let's just see. Description, buy shop item, draw shop, false, yeah, not the first shop, the second shop. Hello Tapir. Very funny, Mr. Super Cool. Zoe had the same thing yesterday. She sat on the ground. And she had 2 balls in her hand, right? And she really liked them, so she didn't want to let them go. And then she fell like over, but she kept holding on to them like this. Looks really funny. Like, no, mom. Really funny. Yeah. And then she obviously injured her head because she wasn't protecting herself. Dummy. That's if Handmade Hero. That's TFT items, isn't it? No, it's not. Cakez. This is how Megaload does if you want reference. Right click to buy. Yeah, but what if an item is locked? It does not show if an item is locked, that's what I mean. But it is the tooltip for the item. And I really like the icon for the mouse. I'll probably put the icon in there too. It's very easy to do actually. And that's a very nice start. That does not require coding. It's just a little bit of drawing. I like that a lot. We can just draw a mouse. Should we do 8x8 though? 8x8 mouse? So mouse in here. Can we do an 8x8 mouse? Let's see. So this is how much space we have. We kind of need to have 5 blocks. So that could be a mouse and then... Oopsie. Like that. And then I guess we'll make it red. And then... unfortunately 8x8 does not work. That's too small. We can make the mouse gray. A little bit. But I think that's too much detail, actually. Actually, I think that's too much detail, to be honest with you guys. Maybe we use these 2 colors. I suppose, but I do need an outline. 100%. Without an outline, it doesn't work. So that does work, but then it turns into 10x10, not 8x8. Or let's say 10 by, I guess 12. Which is, it sucks, right? But you can make it smaller. That's not a retarded Pokeball, you're wrong. That's a mouse. They have this description when you hover over keywords. Are you going to show us the pixel art animations? Yeah, but I haven't received any yet. What are you hovering here? What the hell? Where's he hovering? Where's the mouse? I can't see the mouse. Is he hovering over health? Oh, I see. You hover over the description and then you hover over health. Okay, well, I do it differently. I use icons. Which I can actually do that. I have icons here. And I could reuse those icons. Yeah. But, do you have like a screenshot of what it looks like when you lock an item from re-rolling? Mr. Shade 11? Because that one is the important one. In my game I have shift left click. One sec. Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro. I'll keep this here. That's fine. It is 10 by 12. But it needs to be this size. So this, what is it called? It needs to be this size because anything smaller won't work. So where do I even put that then? It kind of destroys. It kind of destroys. I guess here. Because I'm not using any of these anyways. Like the play and missions. This is all no longer needed. I guess I'll put it here. I mean, we could potentially try to fit it in 8 by 10. That might work too. But I really like having 1 pixel padding around each sprite. We'll do 8 by 10. Fine, for now. If it becomes a problem, we do 10 by 12. Put a pixel padding everywhere. Let's see. Assets. And I already have mouse. Mouse button. There we go. So we're going to get rid of the right mouse button. Completely gone. We don't need that anymore. Let me see. I want to put that close to the padlocks. Sprite, UI, mouse, R button. And I guess we can do an L button too. That would be like the chat button, right? Because L. Chat's always L. Why not make it as big as the padlocks? It is though. That is as big as the padlocks. I can't make it bigger. Fuck middle click. Middle click would be this, man. I pressed B, man. So it kinda is possible to do that. Maybe make it shorter by 1. Right, or maybe even do this. Difficult to say. But it's definitely possible to have middle click. Change the shadow side on the left.
Hello.
Oh, you mean make this red to... No. Like, the mouse should have the same shadow or no shadow. It needs to be very simple. I said fuck middle click because it's useless. I will keep it for now. Let's not delete sprites. It's the same Cakez, just look at the green arrow. Yeah, see, so they have no description on whether it's locked or not. It's just a locked, it's just a lock here. So it's fine. I don't need to have a description stating that it's locked. We'll see, right? If we get feedback on that. It was 8 by 10. And then the Atlas position here would be 304 by 496. And then we need to change this to 312. This needs to be 320. And the Y position needs to be 512. Cool. Now the game obviously is complaining because I used the sprite right mouse button thing here, which it is just a sprite UI M button, R button over here. Yeah. And then there's another R button. Mouse R button, and I guess another one, and we'll change this anyways, just by the way. This needs to be word to UI anyways. Might as well fix that right now. Oops. Now, why does assets complain? Oh, I see. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, I had the other mouse here somewhere. Where was that? Didn't like that too much though. Where's it? I actually can't find it, so who cares? If you guys see a right mouse button somewhere, let me know. Maybe it was here. Ah, here. This is what I had before. It worked well as well, but I think white and then using black outline is a bit better. So this, I think, looks better. Looks more professional. You can see the evolution in pixel art, right? This is flat. And this does have some actual height to it. Or thickness to it. Or is it it's called depth, right? We have depth. Where's my chat? Oh, see here. There we go. Girth. Cakes, it's there. Seems like a lot of stuff in GameCPP. How many lines is that file? I don't know. Oh, we crossed 40,000 actually. We're almost up to 42,000, my brothers. Damn. Cool. Nice. All right, let's see. Left click to buy. In-game shop. Shop number 2. Officially a Warhammer CPP file? Yeah, true. 42k. 100%. Guys, it's fine. Hey, wait. Which game was written in one CPP one game file? Was it Balatro? You can see the implications of that, right, guys? The game will be as successful as Balatro. Right? 100%. Okay, so you can't do that. String to buy. String L button to buy. I hate this. It doesn't update this as well. Unlocked item. Yeah, in gray, and then a %D. Unfortunately, I need to actually supply the sprite. using a %d to buy. That's what it is. And in gray, which means for this string, we need to first do the char by description or the by text. And this is why format text is so important, because it returns a pointer, that this has 2 buffers here too. And I should probably do more than 2 buffers, maybe let's say 4 buffers. Is because I could call this function twice and it's like a stack array, not a stack array, an executable type of memory that loops. And so if I call this too many times with too many texts, then I overwrite the text that I've gotten back already. So I guess I'll do 4. And then the by text would be format text. We do a %s here. That's all we do. Wait. The format text is the string to buy. L button to buy. And then the argument is the sprite. Sprite UI L button. Mouse button. And then it formats that into a string that we can put here. The description together with the by text. And then that appends the by text at the end. Yeah, and so for those of you who are wondering, who are curious even, this is one of the things that I do not like about C++, the text management. Because you have to do these things in a way. This is where strings make your life a lot easier, but unfortunately by default, strings in C++ have their own memory location. So the way this works is that they just sit in random memory locations compared to your actual program, right? And so you could have a string that sits here in this memory location and then another string that sits somewhere here. Oops. Right, and these would be 2 different texts. And then when you plus them together, right, let's say this is text A and this is text B, you plus them together. Unfortunately, it creates another disconnected memory location with the new string from both of these. And so now you have 3 different memory jumps that you're doing, which I don't like that a lot. It's slowing down your code where text is involved. It is, but we don't know by how much. It is a slowdown rather than, like, this is a fragmentation in a way. And if I just have it on the disk, it would look like this, right? If this is 1,
empty.
This is 1 and this is 2 and then this is 3, then this would be 1, 2 and 3 in my example. This is C and this is C++ strings, std strings. Random access, yeah. I mean, the cache is fine. Yeah, you can cache it. That's true. But yeah, anyways, guys, I need to go to the bathroom quickly. And I'll come back in a second. Give me 1 second. I dodged again! I fucking dodged! Tell me, this is bugged! Let me fucking hear you, you fucking asshole! I wanted to relax. I wanted to relax. God, that triggered me. Install driver? Okay, fine. We'll try that. What does restart mean? My computer? Or Steam? This is ridiculous. Steam? I knew this was gonna happen! to add in a proper options menu in both in the town and in the main menu. I want to make it so that the options menu is now a drop-down menu, or not a drop-down, but like a pop-up. No, it's not a pop-up, but it's like a fuck. Directory to that. No, direction to this. And that worked. Oh my god, oh my god, what a day, man. What a fucking day. Oh my god. I just can't anymore. Oh my god, and the me and engines, man. The fucking UI rotates even here. What?
Weapon at risk! JK! Hey! What? How? Shit, what do I do? Can I close the door? No, not this way! Hey! No, not this way! This is no way, bro! Give me a second. Okay, let's see how that looks. Did we build this? Oh, hey, Dev Spudges. Oh, I appreciate the raid, bro. Thank you very much. Hello. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
How big is that fire?
No. I'm not falling down again, guys.
Hey, Omega Destroy on YouTube. Hope you're doing good, bro. Doing good, but tired already. Ouch. Going to get some rest. Yeah, important. I have a question for you. If you're still here, though. Hey, I'm not dead! What happened?
How do you combat...
I thought I died!
Shut up, Cakez. How do you combat... burnout? Compared to his? No. Pausing. How do you combat burnout? What do you do when you eventually get burnout? Odin side projects? That is very specific, Mr. Rames. Is that what you do? Okay, now we should just be able to build this and it should show us. Please tell me that works. Would be amazing, man. Come on. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, precompiled header. I see. I need to recompile the Schnitzel lab header. I increased the amount of rest, but I tried to force myself to be disciplined and suck it up. So, do you just work the same hours, or do you work less, even if you do more rest? Or get more rest, let's say that. Interesting. Let's say that. I don't feel like working today is not an option, but I work less. Oh, and I skip working on weekends if I'm burned out. Smart, yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I like talking about these things. I really find that very interesting. I stay burned out. Yeah, that's why you make AI games. I see now how it works, man. You just let AI work for you more. Aha! I see. Instead of typing the things into the AI prompt, you're talking into it now, using voice recognition. I see how it works. This one is a better example, Cakez. Okay, we want to have someone get banned here. Thank you very much, Shade11. You helped out a lot, so you only get 5 minutes, but you still get banned. And Weezus, thank you very much for following earlier, bro. I noticed that burnout usually happens when I'm working on something dreadfully boring, like balancing a level. If he removed the timeout on Shade 11, I didn't know that you were a mod, but stop unbanning people, please, okay? I feel like training is a big help, especially martial arts. I'm currently getting back into shape, maybe. I definitely have more energy, but I'm still in the burnout phase. Yeah. Can't ever, no, like iffy, but real. If I ban someone that is not a joke, do not unban them, please, okay? I trust you to not do that, but I still have to say it, okay? That is really, really important. Because that could lead me to perma-banning people. Because I usually ban people so that they get a cooldown, and I get a cooldown on stuff. And of course, good sleep, daily exercise, and good nutrition is a must. Oh, good nutrition! Look what I bought yesterday. That's good, right? Because it makes you happy? You can't see it. It's only $2, man. Okay, it's too cheap. And people always buy this. Garbage calories? I know. It has 60 grams of carbohydrates. So 60 grams of sugar. And then it has 16 grams of fat. And the fat is rapeseed oil, which is the worst oil that you can consume on the planet, together with sunflower oil. So it's basically the worst of the worst. I should not eat this. Yeah. If the ingredients list is more than 3, oh, it doesn't need to have many ingredients to be bad, but yeah, you're right. Bro, oil is oil? Yeah, oil is bad. At least these two oils. But let's not get into an oil discussion. We have had that like a million times. Okay, guys, you do your own research, you build your own opinion. My opinion is that sunflower oil and rapeseed oil are the worst oils on the planet, and they are causing all of our... Oh. What do you guys think here? The right-click icon on this guy looks amazing, doesn't it? Yay! Cool! Okay, nice. We built that. Okay, so we already made... Oh, look at that. Click to buy. Is that good? Or should I make the mouse more gray so it doesn't draw that much attention? What do you guys think? Oh, Dev Spudges knows, yeah, it does have too much omega-6 sunflower oil, that is true, yeah. And omega-6, the ratio between 6 and 1 usually used to be between like 1 to at most 2. So 1 is actually perfect. And sunflower oil has just an insane amount of omega-6. So it accumulates in your body because the body saves it. And then it just causes a bunch of inflammation. If you're always in pain, you always have some issues, maybe it's that storing up in piling up in your body. But again, guys, I'm not a food expert, okay? That's what I think. I cannot prove it. I will never be able to prove it. All I'm gonna do myself is I'm just gonna avoid these oils if I can, right? When I'm burned out, I don't give a fuck. I just eat like shit. I know that I eat badly. I know I'm getting fat. It is how it is. Yeah. But when I feel good and and when I work on it, focus on it, I avoid these things as much as possible. And I do. Diet cakes, yeah. I love olive oil too, yeah. Olive oil is great. If I use oil, then olive oil, yeah. And when I need to cook something, I try to use something that is heat resistant, that is not sunflower oil, definitely, yeah. You could prove it by drinking sunflower oil on stream and telling us how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I would die, 100%. As far as I know, you cannot. Ghee is great for cooking, ghee. Yeah, is it easy to come by too? See, like butter is not good, and I know that, but it does taste very well. But butter is not good because it burns too fast, and so it's really difficult to make something in butter and not have it burn. I use like, you have like a scale from 1 to 9 in terms of heat on your stove. I use heat level number 3 and it still sometimes burns. So difficult to get it right. And then you go away for like 2 seconds and it's already burned. I hate that. It's not a cooking skill issue. It's using a metal pen, if that makes sense. Like I'm not using traditional, I use a metal pen. A pen? Pan? Pan? Just use butter and oil together? No, because butter has omega-6, omega-3s, and the other type of fat that people hate, which I don't think is bad at all, but these two types of fats, and if I put oil in it, I still get the balance of omega-6 wrong, because it's too much omega-6. Let's say I put sunflower oil in there. You can't mix those. It's a pan? Yeah? Skillet. Yeah, it's called a skillet. Yeah. Yeah, I know that there's clarified butter too. I know, yeah. I don't do big virgin, no. But RAM is... There is a correlation, not causation, between the consumption of oil and the heart disease rate. And the two graphs are like basically you can line them on top of each other and they would perfectly match. Now, I'm not saying that's what it's causing, but that's what it's looking like it is, right? So you can make that assumption. Obviously, you need to prove it too. And so if I see that, for me, that's a point on a line. Okay, and where there's money to be gained, obviously people try to confiscate things. Not confiscate, confuse, make it more confusing to understand, right? If that makes sense. Obfuscate, yeah, thank you, obfuscate, yeah. So like when people found out that smoking is bad, before then they had actual doctors telling you that smoking is good. Stuff like that. And so now you have conflicting information on the internet. What you hear more usually is true, so people stick to that because they don't do their own research. They just repeat what people say. And when they hear something enough, they're like, okay, so that's gotta be what it is, right? So if enough people say that sunflower oil is good, then sunflower oil is good. That's what it is. And so how can you say that sunflower oil is good? By selling a lot of sunflower oil and making a bunch of advertisement for it, of course. And advertising in the form of getting doctors to tell you that it's good as well. So anyways, let's enough of that. Like, you can have all of your own opinions. You can totally disagree with me. That's fine. I'm open to the fact that I'm wrong. That's what I think. And I will not change my opinion because the moment I stopped eating those oils, I felt a lot better. I wasn't having a good time before. And so now I have, but I'm also eating badly at the moment. But hey, it is how it is. No one's perfect, right? Do you want to live your life eating perfectly, but you don't really enjoy your life? I don't know, right? It's with anything. So in moderation, I think it's fine. All right, let's see. Left click to buy. I want it to be gray. Maybe I just make a gray mouse. So I have like this and a gray version of this too. G. I want it to be gray. Oh shit, it looks bad. Oh wow, that looks good. I gotta say, man. Maybe it's still a little too... How does it look in that game? It definitely doesn't draw that much attention. Maybe that's already enough. That's subtle enough. Got an idea for getting more money? Butter or oil advertisements between rounds and Tangy. Why would I advertise that? I'm not selling these products. If they sponsor me and then they advertise me, yeah, sure. But no. Sure. I can do that. Maybe that's better? When can we talk about microplastics? I don't know about these, man. Like, how long have we been eating and drinking out of plastic compared to oil? I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't done any research on that at all. You could be right here. I don't think that's the cause of all of our issues, though. Maybe it is, you know? Maybe. Okay, let's add that in. Size OP. I really drink out of oil. You drink out of oil. You mean plastic? I drink out of plastic all the time. I literally have a plastic cup here that I reuse every day. That's my coffee cup. It's like one of those McDonald's recups cups. Got them once and I've been using it ever since. I don't know. I don't feel any difference. Clean it? Nah, listen. It will clean itself with the next coffee, bro. The water is hot enough to destroy anything that's in there. And if anything builds in there, I'm just gonna build a resistance to it. That's what it is. I don't need to clean it, bro. And we need to make one more of these. This guy doing anything other than programming? Oh, he's back. Okay, I was thinking, where was collector of stuff? There he is, my brothers. There he is. Oh, my wife's calling. Yep, give me a second, my brothers. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It's about the family stuff. That's why I had to take it. Which is also why I was late today, guys. Erase the corner pixels in the middle of your mouse around the button that are red. You mean these? Shit. B. I pressed B, man, not G. You mean this? Hello, happy Rosenrot, my man. Good morning. Collector of stuff is getting annoying again. 1 hour. See you later. There we go. Okay, L button. That's actually... Shit. The L button, 312. Why don't I have the L button on the left and the right button on the right? That kind of seems a little bit stupid, don't you guys think? Shouldn't this be on the left? And this be on the right? Because that's the right button. It's annoying me too. Yeah, kinda... It kinda is annoying, yeah? Notice it too now. Yep. That on the left. Yeah, and the middle one, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see. Then what do we have here? The R button and L button. Yeah, so that's also wrong then. Needs to be L button and R button. And that's 304. That's 312. There we go. Okay, cool. And then what do we have here? 288. 288 and then 496. And then 296 and 496 over here. 328 by 512. Good. I want to use the gray mouse button, because otherwise it draws too much attention, guys. Save that. Most of the microplastics in your body are breathed in via dust from tires, clothes, and the environment. So what you're saying is, if I drink out of such a bottle, it's not that big of a deal because I'm already breathing these. Kleptomaniac and Sir Umut, thank you guys for following. Cakes, erase the cornerback pixels around the buttons that are red. These. Yeah, I know I should do that, but I'm testing if this communicates it better or not. We'll see. Damn, that looks good. Holy. Maybe a bit big. Can I not make it smaller? Is it not possible to just take this? Is that too large? Is that too large, man? Does it look too big? I think it's fine. Then the text is just not gonna have space next to it. Let's see how that looks in the screenshot. I mean, there's quite a bit of padding. Yeah, I like it. What do you guys think? The pressed button should have a color. It does have a color, it's just gray. I'm gonna keep it like this for now, guys. Looks good. Yeah, I think it looks good too. We'll keep it like this for now, and if people give us feedback and they hate it, which I doubt, then we'll change it. If not, then that's what it's gonna look like. Thumbs up. Thank you, Muglin. I appreciate it, bro. Alright, guys. So that will be the first sprite. Oh, that will be... I think that will be the end of the shop for now. That's how it's gonna be. And now I want to work on... it's something I've been putting off more and more and more. The gameplay. It's basically building a wave. There's a reason for that. I do not want to build another round of enemies, balance it, then have to go back in 5 weeks and toss it all out. Because I've done that like 10 times this year. I'm tired. And so I want to make sure that now is the right time to work on this. This is the first skill tree, by the way, that follows the correct rule set of a skill node, 3 smaller nodes in between, and then another skill node, ability node. And in between those, there's an optional path in the middle that delays the next ability node, but it also has gameplay changing effects. For example, Deadly Ignition makes burns deal twice as much damage, but the enemies also run twice as fast. So it's like a trade-off that gives you more power, but it also could lead to you losing the game if you're not careful with this one. So this one can be paired very well with blocking units that block the enemies from running, because then they effectively cannot run at all, yet still take twice as much damage. So there are some combinations with this, and that creates a certain balance that I need to keep in mind too. So I do not want to rush into building another map before having to go and then having to go back in a couple of weeks and changing it again. Add Arbeit macht Freigate? What? Doesn't matter, your board's already full of plastics. Let me see here. How about a limit pool of effects? Things like bombs, glue, delayed traps. Most of the microdust comes from trees. Tires. So an electric car is barely better than a gasoline car in that regard. Interesting. Yeah, so basically this is what's currently blocking me. Maybe it's just a mental roadblock that I need to overcome and push through. But that's what's blocking me. Now, obviously, right, we can reset the game. And then just play. And see where we end up, right? So that's the out. That's how you start. And you have 160 left. Let's say you place another ranger. And this one should not have the Lone Ranger symbol. Reset game should also refresh the cache. Let me play
Code
modifications.
formatters.
Shut up, bitch!
Retard.
Dumb. Okay. Hä? Game. Recache. Yeah, skill tree cache. Why does it not find the underscore cache? It pisses me off. This Vim searching is so frustrating to use. It is so annoying. But I guess it's further down, and so I need to put that function here. I guess we'll just put it here. Refresh skill tree cache. Okay. There we go. Refresh skill tree cache. Or for all of the heroes. You see. Someone putting his dick in water? What is this? What the fuck? When is that happening? Reset game state in at level. So we basically just do this in reset game and then it should be fine. It shouldn't show up anymore. The search caps out at 40,000 lines. Yeah, sure, bro. That's like a huge coping mechanism, man. To just say, oh, the software is bad. Software is bad, bro. Reset game. All right. Okay, so we're gonna have to restart that. Okay, at least it doesn't show up the Lone Ranger buff anymore. Where do I put this guy? I guess I'll put him here. Good. Let's see what happens. So, we're just playing the game normally. We have some items in the shop. So, and we already have our first bug. Isn't that nice? Let's get 999,999. What is that? God damn, that's a lot. We're almost there, guys. We're almost at 99,000. I want to see what item that is. Is that item none? I mean, we can just look at the item itself. What item is that? Eh? Huh? Let's see. Game state, level state. Level state has no shop items. Ah, save state. So we have 4 items in the shop, and the 4th one is... This one has no item ID. Item none. Item sword, bow, and staff. Hä? Why can that happen? How is it possible that the shop... That seems reasonable to me. Huh? Why 99,999 instead of 1? To make me fix it. So why? Okay, I'm gonna continuously reset the game. Here. How? Huh? Why? Backspace 8. Save state. Set to 0. Unlocked heroes. Reset all items. It enables the default items. So how come... Reroll shop. Why? Why is it choosing nothing? Ah, man. Fine. Wait. Is one of them locked? No, it's like completely set to 0, so nothing is locked. Filtered inventory, remove. Index and swap. Ah! Item index minus minus. There it is. That's where the problem was. I had an issue there. Okay. Wonder why it worked before though. That's weird. But we break. No, that doesn't matter. We break out. Huh? There's no way the filtered inventory is... Maybe it's missing some of them. Huh? That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so also that's one of the big things as well that's been stopping me from making progress. Every time I want to actually sit down and do something, I find these weird ass bugs, and so I need to obviously then do those, right? Let's see. So filtered inventory. Filtered inventory. We have 8 items. You know what, guys? I'm gonna quickly change something that's been bothering me. Let's do a git add. Git commit -m. Let me figure out what we did. I want to remove the hero type ID from the items because I no longer associate this with heroes. I do it differently. Let's see. So we added in icons for mouse button. Added icons for mouse buttons. Then in the game CPP file, what do we do here? Yeah, we don't need to document that. Renamed some stuff. That's bigger now. Upgrade glow. I guess we just implemented the shop. Implemented a new version of the shop. Implemented a new version in-game of the shop. Could you also put in a backlog? Come back to it, unless it's breaking the game, of course. Yeah, for me it is, because I rely heavily on resetting the game. And so, in order to reset the game a lot, I need that function. And if that function produces an item that doesn't, that is not in the, it just makes development more annoying. Because I will constantly reset the game. Let's see, select the shop item, blah blah blah. Yeah, we implemented the shop in a better way. Fixed some ordering, did that yesterday. Coin backdrop, some sound effects. Yeah, just shop stuff, I guess, in-game 1 level. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into all of it because it's too specific. Let's just do that, git push. Makes sense to fix it then? Yeah, unfortunately I have to. It kinda is annoying because I don't wanna do it, but hey, it is how it is. Okay, so now what I want to do is use the weighted item and remove the stupid hero and put the item ID on top. Why? Also, why index? Maybe I need it, but if the weight and item ID is the same, then it's the same weighted item. Okay, so that will cause a bunch of issues. Yeah. What the hell? Huh? Why is this one so different than the others? I don't understand. Anyways, so that's the mage. We do that for the mage too. Nice. There we go. Cool. Crispy, iron sword, crispy meat. Yeah, all of that stuff. We'll just get rid of that for now. We'll do that later. Okay, so these are the tier 1 items, and they don't really have any connection to units anymore. I don't really need to put them in here. I just need to have a distribution. So I don't really need the common. I guess I'll keep it for now. Okay, wait, the spyglass is there. The broken shield is not there. And that's, I guess, part of the defender. We'll put the broken shield here. Leather helm, I think I have. We do. Bera helm, we have that too. Executioner's hood, we have. Eye patch, we have that. What is this? Clean button, okay. Precision goggles, that's from the ranger. Wooden helm, I don't like that. Santa hat. Okay. Put that here. Wizard hat, pretty sure we have that. Yep. Book of Wisdom is also here, 100%, yeah. Have a green cape. Iron mace. I'll not drop that for now. Maces. Item mace, yeah, wand, wooden wand. Item wand. That is gonna be part of the healer. Actually, we already have wand here. Good. Stuff. Do we have the stuff? We do. Cool. Cape. Leather cape. That's a new item. I'll put that on the ranger, but it doesn't really matter because it's just a new item. Leather cape is gone, yeah. Wooden wand and wand of healing. We have those two. Okay, cool. So essentially what we need to do is just put in 2 here. And then the broken shield and the Santa hat. And so yeah, what I have to do in order to continue is put weights on these items. that makes sense. So for example, the leather cape is more likely to drop than, for example, precision goggles, because they have a higher tier. So this one's more likely, let's say 3 times more or 4 times more likely. So that's going to be 50 here on the precision goggles. And then the evergreen cape and helmet, they also should have 50. The short bow maybe should have 20 because it's even more rare. The longbow even as well, and then a crossbow as well. So then now these 2 items are much more likely to drop than these, and obviously I will have to increase the numbers as I add more items, more higher tier items, so that yeah, it all feels natural. But right now it's just basically testing, coming up with some random numbers. So for example, the iron ring, let me see, I guess that would be 50. Also here, this should be 50. Not 20. I don't know why I... Or maybe let's put the weapons on 40. But again, I'll have to test this out and see. Sword and club is more, then the spyglass is also a lot. Wooden sword, iron sword. Let's just make it 50 for now. And then the Santa hat, don't remember. Broken shield, for example, is one of those items that really can drop a lot, because it's a simple item. Executioner sword, withered scimitar, and then let's... Wooden, sword, 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 helm, 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 hood, hood, hood. So these ones here. Oops. 40, like this. What do we have here? Iron ring, wizard hat, wooden staff, ruby staff, emeralds. So these ones will be 40. And these will be 50. Oops. There we go. Okay, so first little balancing on that. Good. Anything else? Tier 2 items. Yeah, we need to get rid of those too. The hero type ID, of course, it's no longer associated with this. And then the mage gone, and the ranger too. Yeah, we'll not balance these drop rates for those items yet, because there's a lot more stuff that needs to be done. Okay, that will be tier 3 items, of course, and tier 4 items. That needs to be gone too. There we go. Okay, cool. So we are making progress, my brothers. Nice. Why is that complaining? Wait will be initialized. Oh, I see. That's annoying. So essentially I have to put wait after the item ID. Man. Now it's all broken. This sucks. How do I make it so that this is all in one location? I guess I just have to do this, huh? That's annoying as hell. Cakez, do your co-workers know that you stream? Yeah, but they don't watch streams. Okay, guys, yeah, so this is some busy work, but I guess I have to do it, yeah. Makes it annoying to understand why the shop's not re-rolling, and I needed to do this anyways. Alright, let's get that. Yoink, yoink, yoink. These nuts. Shit. Yeah, okay. I mean, we'll do it after that. I wonder if there's a faster way to do this. How can people not watch streams? I mean, they do other things. So before I really got into streaming, and watching streams, I didn't even have a second monitor, man. Because I didn't need one. All I needed was my one monitor to play the game on and focus on the game. And so basically what happened was I would focus on the game and then I would put down the game if it was boring, and that was good. But now when you watch a stream, you might be playing a game or doing something that you don't actually enjoy for longer because you are watching a stream. And so the stream is kinda... The stream acts as... Shit. I knew this was gonna happen. I did notice that about myself. And so there are many games that I can no longer play without a stream. So for example, what I would do in the past is I would play Skyrim. And I didn't need anything running next to me. I would just be able to play Skyrim. Nowadays, if I were to play Skyrim again, and I haven't played Skyrim in... How long? Like a very long time. I would want to watch Dance Gaming play Skyrim too. I suppose. I mean, that's just me. But, yeah. Shit. Shit. I keep making mistakes on the last one, man. Good. You see what I mean? Man, that took a long time. Thank goodness that tier 2 and tier 3 items are not that big. I don't really have to do it, but it might bite me in the ass later, so we'll do it now. Oh, Mr. I'm Meo. How you doing, man? Long time no see, bro. Good news, everyone. macOS is still trying to install 2 hours. Bro, every time you come in here, right? And you don't come in here very much, okay? You come in here like maybe once or twice a year. A year! You're talking about installing some Windows, macOS stuff on your laptop or whatever. Why do you install that so much? Okay, and why do you only come here when you're doing that, bro? Still remember the times this guy came in here and talked about him making a game. You guys remember that? Hello, Mr. Code and Gree. Welcome back, bro. I'm doing some annoying work. We're almost done though. Now we can't have that, can we? And ooh. Just noticed. Does not look too hot, bros. Nope. I'm on different devices, Cakes. Oh, really? Excuse me. Give me a sec. Did you mod Skyrim? Yeah, I did a lot. I really liked it. What's with all of the backslashes, Cakes? This is a macro in C++. And if you want to line break a macro, you have to put a backslash. So basically what this is macro in C++ works that it replaces this. It replaces this text. It's like a variable when I'm compiling the game into this list that you see there. It's an inline text replacer, yeah. And in order to line break, I need to have backslashes here. But I like it a lot because to me, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is just a JSON file. Yeah, you can actually, it can happen that you mod to the game more than you actually play it. Yeah, that happened to me at the end as well. Because you're having more fun modding the game than actually playing it. That's true. Because it's very technical and you're changing the game to your liking, which makes you feel special. If that makes sense. This code looks bad, man. Have you not seen 7 years Blizzard dev code? This guy comes in here for the first time and tries to stir up some drama, bro. Don't care, man. Okay, my code looks good. Who are you to tell me how my code looks, man, huh? Mr. I hate Blizzard, man. I bet this guy didn't even release a single game on Steam. He's coming in here hot with his takes. Ah! You wanna talk something? How about you show us your games, bro? 0? Ah, thought so. Man, that took a long time. Actually, we're not done. One last thing. There we go. I like it a lot. Actually looks nice. There's only one problem. If I have an item that is very long, then you need to adjust all of these. But okay. F8. Oh god. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be easier now. I guess. Please. No. This is enemy drop rates. Enemy loot table. It's a joke. This looks good. Oh, really? This is looking good now. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. In all honesty, I don't really care, you know, if my code doesn't look great or whatever, right? As long as the game plays well. Who gives a fuck? The viewer, the gamer is just not gonna see the code. They're gonna see the product, man. The code sucks. Who gives a fuck? Does not matter. The player will not have a better experience if you use a for loop or not. So that just won't happen. There we go. Almost done, my brothers. This one's a bit easier. Goodness, thank you. Almost done. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done! Yes! Oh, that was annoying. Aha. Let me see. So this is when we are opening a chest. And so that is no longer the hero type on the weighted item, but it is the item itself, which we need to get here anyways, so we'll get that right at the top. And then I think, what does the item store? The int or the hero type ID? It stores a mask, right? Hero mask. So essentially, if we have an unlocked hero and the weighted item requires a certain hero, and we don't have that, then there's no point in dropping that item because we don't have the hero yet. Which is very unlikely, but it does happen. And then over here, spawned heroes. That's the same thing, but for spawned heroes. If we have a spawned, if the hero has not spawned yet, should we drop the item or not? It's difficult to say. I could turn it on and off. It is on right now, so that means we need to turn this into a bit. Is the hero that we are looking for already spawned? So is it part of the item hero mask, and then it doesn't need to be equal, it just needs to end together. If the hero is spawned, yes, then we can drop the item, otherwise we don't. Okay, that one was easy to fix. Let's see, what is this? Free item hero type ID. Display choice. We only have the weighted item, we don't have the actual item, do we? Is that shop number 2? Shop number 1? Possible items? What is this? Gamble window? Oh, I see. But don't we have the... Eh? Wait, we should have the item. Right? No? Random int. Display choice. Free item hero type ID. And that one's not needed at all anymore. The free item hero type ID is not needed, I think. No, it's not needed. We don't need that. So that's gone. Senian, thank you very much for following, bro. Okay. F8. And then it draws the Tangy icon. We have that done somewhere else. On the chest. We need the item for this. Here. And then we can just do... Sprite question mark. What is this even? What are we looking at here? Blacksmith. And also this is the basically the interface of how many items we have already found. Something that I need to change. And so that's why it's a copy here. Default hero sprites. Goes through all items. Change icon unlock items. Weighted item? Found hero. Question mark. I'm just gonna draw a question mark. I don't care right now. Doesn't matter. I'm amazed you can navigate this code base. What's your problem, bro? There's literally just two problems. Operator. Ooh, operator 2. Free item. I mean, it's gotta be the item ID, right? And then what? Do I use that operator? I don't. Oh, I don't. Okay. I would be lost. Yeah, but I mean, you would be lost because you didn't build it. But if you build it, I'm pretty sure you would be easily able to navigate it too. 100%. Like, why not? All right, guys. Okay, so we now have, hopefully, a better way of re-rolling items, and hopefully we can now find out why re-rolling or resetting the items, or resetting the game It's only one file, so you know where to look. True. Huh? Wait, I know what it is. Oh. Oh, wow. It still selects, it does still select an item that is empty sometimes. I wonder what that is. Why is that happening? How can I I mean, it shows the item. This item here. Add some debug loggings for the items it's selecting. Yeah, I'm thinking about how I could do that, actually. Reset shop. It's definitely happening here. This is when it picks an item. But I guess I'll put a log here, then edit the breakpoint and do item dot... Thank you very much. Item ID is the same as item none. Let's see. Bro, why did that not happen? Nani? For max reroll item shop. What does this for loop do? Hey. Okay, wait. It definitely goes in here, okay. I mean, it did not... I guess it did though. Didn't I? Yeah, it did build one this time. And this does not. I hate this, right? Visual Studio Code is so stupid. Why can I not edit the breakpoint? Why can I only disable and remove it? What if I want to edit the breakpoint? Huh? It's so stupid. Can't you right click it? Oh, I see. This doesn't seem to do anything. Hit count. Wait for breakpoint. No. Expression. So why does that not hit even though that happens? Maybe it doesn't though. It goes over the filtered inventory and then it adds it to the weighted item. So what I'm assuming here is that this for loop does not select an item for the weighted item. So I suppose we can do this. If weighted item dot item ID is item none, which can happen apparently, then int a is 0, and then we put a breakpoint here. We get rid of that stuff here. Because apparently it does not find this if check, which means it rolled a number that was impossible to roll, if that makes sense. Let's see. Is item none a macro? No, item none is just 0 in the enum item ID. And so item none is basically just a name for nothing. Very important to have. All right, let's see. Aha, here it is. So what did you generated an int 1094. The maximum weight was 12,040. Wait, then filtered inventory has 7 items. Do we need to do the math in our head, guys? 7 items. So it goes to... Where does it go, actually? Is that 2, 4, 6, 800? 1,280. Sounds... or 2,200. Are you adding something to random int? No. And accumulated weight, I looked at the 1,080. Weird. So basically the way this works is I generate the maximum weight by going over all of the items I add to the inventory. And that is the shop's inventory that can roll. Yeah, the items that you can drop. Exactly. And so currently it has 7 items, so that goes until number 6 here. And if you accumulate that together, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,080 actually. 1,080. Which over here, if I look at the accumulated weight, that actually adds up. 1,080. Good. That's fine. Now the maximum weight seems to be 1,240, which doesn't even make sense, considering the fact that if I look at the filtered inventory after that, the items that are still present but already taken out, we can see here that the items that were there that are no longer present are a bow, a short bow, and a... Go away! I hate hovering in this stupid thing, so we're just gonna put it here.
Experience.
Just a second, okay? You can see here that it actually had 9 items, 10 items even, that we can drop from. And we have already dropped 3 items. So we have the wand. I don't even know which ones we had, but actually. Remove index and swap. Maybe that's the issue here, this function? Filter inventory. I mean, let's see what happens here. It does swap out items that have been dropped. So we should have the bow, a short bow, and the wand. Yeah, these have been swapped out. And so if we take these into account, we don't know actually, because wait, swap. Shouldn't we pack instead of swapping? Should we swap or pack? I think. I mean, let's try to pack. Let's see if that makes it a little clearer. Add a lock point inside the loop. Lock the items. Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah, so the last item, we got a staff, a leather cape, and a club. And then the last item was a... Okay, let's do this one more time. This time we're gonna pack until that happens. There it is. Okay, so filtered inventory. That's easier to read, I think. A little bit. So, interesting. So wand here. I wonder why index. Wand, yeah. So these are the 7 items we have. And the accumulated weight of these is 2, 4, 6, 1,080, which is correct. And then the maximum weight is, yeah, 1,240. So for some reason, it just builds too much. Why? Because I'm only adding to the maximum weight whenever I'm actually adding it to the inventory. So I don't understand. Mr. Black Tech, thank you very much for following, man. Printing to console is normally what I see for the extent of tests, but I'm in a production environment. So what is the issue here? Is the maximum weight that I accumulate even correct? Let's see. Let's test this one more time. The maximum weight, let's see. Let's get rid of, actually we keep that max weight. We have 1,400, wait. Eh? Didn't I click here? Fine. One more time. Wait, bro, I put a breakpoint here! Bitch! Sorry, I apologize. It's actually really annoying. Huh? Bro, use the breakpoint. Thank you. So maximum weight, 10 items, 1,680. Is that correct? Let's see. Let's make the math here. There must be some sort of item. Yeah. Item weight. Huh? Accumulated weight. Let's see. So 2468. 2468. 800. 1,400. It is 1,000. No, wait, it adds the one here. Apparently. 1,680. Yeah, that's correct. So then how do we lose? How are we off by that much? And then you accumulated weight after doing the first one? It's 1,480 because we chose an item. That had a weight of 200, which was? It changed the last ones here. So I have no idea what it picked. Shop items. It picked the staff. The staff does not have a weight of 200. The staff has a weight of 40. It doesn't have a weight of 200. Do that one more time. So if we have 10 elements, this staff has a weight of 200? It does? Really? Oh, it does. Aha, okay, yeah, it does. Weighted item dot locked, question mark. You think that it can be because it's locked. That there's something that makes it not pick the item or properly calculate it because it's locked here. Where's that again? Locked. Am I stupid? Am I blind? Filtered inventory. If it's locked, it continues though. So that should not be an issue because we are not doing anything here. But does it continue though? No, there is no locked item. So we don't have that use case right now. Then why does it not work, man? Okay, we're gonna do this. SM trace. Max picked item, removed %d weight, comma max weight %d. And then that will be item.weight, comma max weight. Wait. Here. Wait, what am I doing here? Huh? Filtered inventory. Remove. Why is it not adding to the shop items? Huh? Wait, what? Shop inventory. Filtered inventory. Why aren't you using Linux Cakes? Because I don't want to switch. I want to focus on making the game. If I were to switch, then wouldn't even know how to program the game for Windows on Linux. And I would have to make it run on Linux first, natively, which is really annoying. So, nah. Shop item. It sets it to the weighted item. And when it's locked, it continues. I get it. So I see. It doesn't add to the shop items because we are looping over the shop items here. Mm-hmm. And the count for shop items is 4. Okay, I mean, we're just gonna trace this out now to see what happens. I don't know. I don't understand why this happens. It's a really difficult bug right now. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking it wrong though. Let's see. Let's try this again. So, essentially, reset game until it gives us this breakpoint. We're going to keep resetting the game and then we look at the traces. Hey! Come on! There it is! Okay. Okay, that took a long time, bro. You fixed it? Nah. Okay, let's see. Now, terminal. We picked an item and removed 200 weight. Hey! Here! Huh? Nani? There it is! What's going on there? Huh? So in my book, if I remove 200 weight... Still not finished? Still not finished. You're still not finished. No, I'm not finished. Remove index and pack is just packing the array, but that is not fixing the issue. It's basically just, excuse me. It's just taking an array and then one index here. And then it basically moves everything from what comes after this into the next. Like that. That makes sense. That's what's packing it is. But it's doing that in one call, in a mem copy. It's not doing that in a for loop. But that's not the issue. Item weight. Wait, so... maybe this is the problem? The remove index and pack then changes the weighted... actually it does. That's what I need to do minus first. Before I pack the array, because I'm copying. Ah, finally, I found the issue. Okay, guys, I fixed it. God, that was annoying. It was a rare case where the removed item would override the values of the moved item, if that makes sense. It changes all the indices in the array. Yeah, I'm now handling it correctly. I wasn't doing that. Yeah. Okay, so then we can get rid of this. We don't need this. It's actually working now. And when removing index, yes, and this is swap that makes it a bit faster. It's essentially both have the same issue, or cause the same issue. Deterism, thank you very much for following, man. Okay, good. Now we should actually be able to re-roll this shop indefinitely. And it should never happen again. When will you finish? Now! I'm finished! Sir? Nice. Good. Let me see. My brothers. I need to leave though. We have a situation in the family and that requires my attention. I need to drive somewhere and help out still. Unfortunately, I do have to leave you already. Early today, guys, like always. It's been a trend, I know. Guys, I'm trying, okay? I'll try. Hopefully tomorrow will be more like it used to be, okay? Early stream, normal 4-hour stream, good content, good progress. And yeah, we did make some progress today. That's good. That's important. I will continue tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna send you over to Mr. Cap and hopefully you have a good day today, guys. I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. On YouTube as well. Thank you very much for joining, you guys.